go. Let's see if we have water nearby. That'd be really pleasant. And let's just lay down with support in our hips and then gently pulling the spine out from the sacrum and laying spine by spine, placing scapulas, laying the head. And just grab a couple breaths. Intuitively, if you feel like inhaling into your nose and exhaling through your mouth, just allow your body to be you, to do you, and relax completely. Feeling right now that the floor is giving you this necessary support to decompress the pressure in the spine. Let the liquid inside the spine flow. Let your head get lighter. Feel your feet, allow them also to get lighter. And all the feeling of pressure to equalize within your body space. So we're tuning in and we're allowing our perception to be more of awareness, more of a feeling, more of sensation, rather than thinking or judging anything. So let's do one more soft inhale into the nose. Exhale through the mouth with a sigh. And then feeling your feet steady on the floor, setting them parallel, having your knees bent. With the coming inhalation, please lift your right leg up and try to stretch it as straight as possible. So hopefully we can keep it vertical, and then we're going to just make this nice soft motion, pulling the toes down and pointing the toes up. Don't try too much, so there is the component that is important is that you do feel your leg, because when we try too hard, like it gets shaky, it gets rocky. So maybe instead of trying hard, care more about the fluency, like fluent motion, up and down, feeling the soft, flexible muscles, feeling the bones within and inside, and just 5 more. If it feels natural, then also synchronize with your breath, maybe exhalation when pulling toes down, inhalation when pointing toes up. Feel how a lot of muscles are involved, though we are kind of targeting the motion in the ankle, but your quad is there, it may start burning by the end. So right now pointing the toes up with the inhalation, and with the exhale we're going to start rotating 5 circles one way, and then there will be change of direction, so 2 more. And also try to do it as deep as possible, so when you're pointing the toes down and then making this rotation, but also don't try too hard. Now let's switch the rotation, so if you feel like you're pressuring yourself too much, don't go that direction. More of, again, fluent motion, like lubricative sensation. And let's do 1 more. And now with the common inhalation, again, please point your toes up, and right now sense that your kneecap is really compressed to the knee joint, so we don't leave it halfway bent or anything like that. And now with the inhale, pull only toes down, so all the 5 of them, invite them down, and with exhalation, return them pointed up again. Inhale, only the toes, so no ankle motion, just toes. See how influential you are to your own toes. Then again, point down, point up, point down, point up. Don't hurry, also don't be too slow. Just care about this fluent motion, smooth motion. Okay, and now with the common inhale, bend the knee. With the exhale, point the toes down. Let's say that our calf, our shin is parallel to the ground, and now we're just making this nice momentum waving motions. So here we are actually getting into this internal, external rotation in the hip. So another good idea would be to lay your palms on the hips and stabilize the pelvis, so you're not swinging right and left. And 3 more seconds, just see how this twisting, like screwing the thigh into the hip joint motion awakens your knee. Maybe you start feeling your sacrum. Okay, and now with a common inhale, lay your right heel on the top of the left knee and keep waving your thigh like this. It's also about sensing that external hip rotation. And 5 more seconds. With the exhale, relax and let the thigh rotate. And 2 and 1. And now once you rotate your thigh as deep external as you can feel like you can afford right now, then notice that your foot, the sole of the foot, kind of turned towards you, towards your face. So in this hip position, in this foot position, we're going to slide with the left hand. We're sliding the back of the foot on the top of the left quad. And listen to your right knee right now. Stop pulling the foot if you feel any unpleasant sensation in your knee. But theoretically, we can provide the foot all the way down to the left hip. But it's up to you right now. You can have it somewhere in the middle, closer to the knee. So again, with this external thigh rotation, this introduces you to this half lotus. So it's not this position of the leg, it's the half lotus, which goes through the hip opening. And now with this, with all this said, with the common inhale, please lift your left leg up, and you can immediately bend it. That's totally fine. You can just, allow yourself to be completely lazy right now and just let the shorter leverage here, the shorter left leg, influence the low back, because immediately you probably sense it. This area relaxes nicely. So either like this, holding yourself underneath the knee, decide with the exhalation whether would be the moment when you want to bring the thigh a little closer. Automatically, naturally, your glutes will start elevating, and that's okay. Don't try to keep your sacrum super flatly on the floor. If you are with a straight leg or somewhere close to the straight leg, then grab yourself behind the calf or behind the heel. And the game here is about to elevate your leg pleasantly, okay, but also not overwhelming the neck. So you're kind of somewhere in between halasana, when we're almost about to set the foot behind the head. So we're pulling the leg out, but at the same time the goal is to relax your butt, these muscles, your glutes, and so to feel more like you're hanging. So a bit of pulling with your hands, and then a lot of relaxation, relaxing in here. So just see what you can do. If your leg is straight at a certain point with the exhale, you can lift your head and kind of, let's say you're kind of pressing the inner left calf to your left ear. It's not a must, it's, let's say, somewhere there. So theoretically your leg may be parallel to the ground, and also you're not pulling it towards yourself, please hear that, but you're pulling it up more like above yourself, like in halasana. So there is a little bit of this Michael Jackson, like twisting the hips while being in this half lotus at the same time. So there we go. Let's give it a couple more breaths, just about 2 breathing cycles. So anywhere you are, just try to find the balance between relaxing your glutes right now, letting your sacrum kind of hang, not really lay back on the ground, but go down, and at the same time easily, with no too much squeeze in your shoulders or neck, just as much as you can glide here, like pull gently, pulling your leg outside. And I know probably your left quad is staying high right now because there is some pressure going on, so especially if you feel that, then think more like, okay, I'm relaxing glutes and legs, and then slowly with a common inhalation, return, lay back on the floor, exhaling, stand the left foot back on the ground. Let's unwire and twist the legs, and just breathe in, inhaling, laying the knees, exhaling, laying them to the other side, inhaling, let's say to the left, exhale to the right, gently, softly, like in a trance, really catching the momentum, not trying to do it any hard, and perhaps over time you feel like naturally, once your knees are falling to the left, your head turns to the right with no effort, just like a result, a reaction to this lower twist. Let's do 3 each direction. Breathing in one side, exhaling opposite side, stretching arms or keeping them on the hips as you prefer, and the final, to the left, to the right. That's it. And there we're gonna return to the bending knees position. Before we're gonna proceed, let's connect our feet together, laying our thighs in this butterfly shaped pose. Allow your feet to slide lower enough or closer towards your pelvis. You can support yourself if you feel like, oh, I can't relax here too much, then create fists and lay them on the level of your hips, but underneath your thighs, wherever you can reach, and then it's easier to relax completely. Let's spend about 3 breaths here. At the same time, if you chose to do this fist support, think of your shoulders, your neck, let them relax, the bottom jaw. With exhalation, just keep allowing your body to detox from any tension, any anxiety, any worry. And exhalation with a sigh. Great. Also notice any differences, something changed. Just trust your perception to notice some little details, and then with a common inhalation, just elevate your knees, set your feet parallel again. And we're gonna elevate with the next inhale. We're elevating the left leg. Exhaling, we're tightening the knee cup. We're pointing the toes up. Then inhaling, toes down. Exhaling, toes up. So we're here to figure out the springle-T. How springle is our ankles. So instead of burning the muscles too hard, just fluent movement, non-stop of a movement. Okay. And 5 more reps. So you're gonna feel your calf here, you're gonna feel your quad here. No, Bonnie, I'm in the middle of the class, I won't be able to paint on your rhythm. Let's do one more. Inhaling, pointing down, exhaling, pointing down. And up rotations, 5 rotations. One side. As deep of the amplitude as possible, but not crushing anything. So instead of popping too hard, just feel more of the warmth, the pleasant lubrication. Now we're gonna switch to the opposite direction. Breathing in, half of the circle, breathing out. Just to awaken the tissue, not to overwhelm it. Let's do one more. And now with the common inhale, point your toes up. Also compress the knee cup, and with exhalation, just toes go down. Inhale, tighten the knee cup, pull the toes up or point them up. Exhale, just toes. And of course, it feels like it's so much easier to move the big toe, right? But we are sending right now the signal to each of them. Maybe you also feel like pinky is pretty reactive, but there is like some more in between. Those that we're more used to communicate to. So try to literally sense every of your toes that you're just like looking at right now or trying to connect with right now just through the sensation. And let's do one more with the exhale, pulling them down, and then inhaling, pointing them up. Now exhaling, flex the knee, inhaling, point the toes up, and pleasantly in your own temp, faster, slower, just shake the parallel to the ground, Bein or shin. I think Bein is in German already. Okay, so while doing this shaky feeling movement, notice what happens in your thigh. So here in your hip, let's go in and let's feel how this open and close, external, internal rotation. 3 more seconds. 2, 1, and now throw that left heel on the top of the right knee and keep doing those shaky hip open and movements, rotations. It's good to lay your palms on both hips right now, so you're sure you're not doing it with your hips, like not twisting hips. Hips are steady, just the thigh. So you do feel it as a hip opening. Now we're gonna stop in 1 second, and with the exhale, let your left knee be as deep in this external hip rotation. Now with the right hand, grab your left foot. And we're open, we're seeing the sole of the foot, so the back of the foot where the nails are sliding on the top of the right quad. Right now, of course, stop if your left knee is saying something. So on the level that is affordable to you right now, maybe you feel some asymmetry comparing to the right leg. That's pretty common. And so once you feel as comfortable as just possible, as relaxed in your version of half lotus here, with a common inhalation, lift your right leg and don't over exaggerate. If you want to bend the leg immediately, and just grab yourself underneath the knee and kind of pull the thigh closer, because it feels very good in your left thigh as well, and your left glute. So give yourself a little bit of this pulling momentum, and also feeling of interest and sensation of like certain spaces are compressing, some are decompressing. So your low back is decompressing right now. Your knees kind of You know, like all these joints, they're going into very specific, your ankle going in very specific twist and momentum. So just either choose to be here, you can be here the full cycle as long as we're working on this part, or if you like, stretch your right leg up. Grab yourself behind the calf or behind the heel, and then see with the coming exhale, just kind of bend in the elbows and pull in the foot somewhere behind or above your head, like this, till your glutes are just elevated. So what it gives you right now, your back is a bit rounded, it can't be flat here. So your scapula stays flat a little to the sides, so you are mostly balancing on the middle of your back if your butt elevated. You're balancing the middle of your back and kind of the space between your scapulas. So that is good, that's actually what we wanted. The leverage here organizes in a very interesting way. So you are kind of stimulating, massaging all the tissue between the middle of your back and the scapula. So you're stretching a lot, and at the same time you're pulling the right leg above yourself. You're relaxing all this bottom part, the legs on every level, the glutes, the low back. And so this is a very, very interestingly arranged stretch. Some, I would say, glitch in gravity and how gravity applies on us. So let's keep enjoying this spread in tissue feeling also. The back of your right knee, so it feels like you're falling down in your low back and your glutes, but it also feels a lot like pulling up and stretching in the upper back. So let's spend 2 more breaths here in whatever version you decide to choose, whether you're having your right leg bent or straight. And if you like it, you can also at a certain point with the exhalation, if your leg is almost parallel to the ground, if it's straight, then you can lift your head and kind of look forwards, or let's face it, looking into a crouch. 1 more breath. And now with the inhale, slowly lay your pelvis down, however it was, with a straight or bent leg. And then exhaling the right foot on the floor, inhaling, unwire and twist. Exhaling, set the left foot on the ground. Now connect your feet, please, and with the exhale, what a comfortable pillow I have right now. Open your thighs, and you can do this fist support if you like, as previously recommended, or just stretch, lay your legs, and breathe. Right now, make sure your crouch is relaxed. Breathing in, kind of imagine that you are inhaling from the pelvic floor into your belly, into your heart, into your skull space, and with exhalations allow yourself completely relax. Let's do 2 more breaths. Inhale softly into your nose. Exhale with a sigh. And 1 more. Breath in and now slowly supporting your hips with the inhalation. Press up against your elbows. With the exhale, let's sit down in a comfortable sit, and now we're going to make some rounds of breathing practice. Now, before we begin, let me know how your hips are doing. If they feel lighter, give me a thumb up. If it feels warm, that's great. Thank you so much. And the breath exercise will consist of 3 parts. In the first round, we're going to be breathing into the solar plexus and heart. So you can literally put your hands in the heart area and the stomach. And so here we're going to be breathing into, like trying to push all this area between ribs out. Half inhale, and then the rest into the sternum. So, like, you can do it either through your nose or through your mouth. Like this, or, okay, so you will catch her with that one. Please stop. And we're going to make about 3 breaths like that. After this, we're going to lay hands down and we'll be inhaling, contracting the pelvic floor. So this is probably a bit new. We're very used to exhaling, contract the pelvic floor, but right now imagine that you begin with contracting the pelvic floor, sucking the belly in. So it's like you are actually compressing and creating some pressure that is elevating the spinal liquid higher. So you can try right now with the inhalation, contract the pelvic floor, try to bring the navel in. So just like activate the muscle and imagine that you're elevating this pressure into your chestal cavity. Okay, and it's okay to kind of, it's not going to happen to be too intensive, but you kind of let this pressure a little bit go into your scalp. Of course, if you are in your period, ladies, this part, do it softer, more about intentionally, like just imagining without that hard of contracting the muscles. So just when inhaling, imagine energy rises up, exhaling, relax, and returning to the ground. And the third part would be a couple of hugs. Okay, so let's give each other a thumb up that it was clear, all good, perfect. So now exhaling with a sigh, and inhaling to the solar plexus, heart, exhaling, inhale through the mouth or nose. And one more, inhale into the solar plexus, heart, through the mouth or nose, exhale with a sigh. And next, lay hands down, contracting the pelvic floor, or just simply imagining this elevation of energy. Sucking the belly in, providing this elevated pressure into the chest space and skull space with exhalation through the mouth, with a sigh, and twice more, inhale, contracting the pelvic floor, sending this spinal liquid higher towards higher levels of spine, exhaling, and again, inhale, pelvic floor, suck the belly in, activate the abdominal wall, and just like really with these lean muscles, feel like you're elevating up some energy, intention, or spinal liquid, and exhaling, relaxing. And the final third round with Kapalabhatis for 10 seconds in your comfortable rhythm. Exhale through the nose or mouth. 5, 4, you can speed up, 3, 2, 1, the final exhalation. Now inhale and relax and completely open for inhalation, then hold your breath for a little bit. Slightly contract your pelvic floor. Again, avoid overwhelming practicing if you are somewhere around your period or on it. Now relax at the pelvic floor, let the air come out with a sigh. And now a short pause after exhalation, contracting the pelvic floor, kind of swallowing motion in your throat. Just as long as feels comfortable. You don't have to hold your breath for too long. Whenever you feel this anxiety, this necessity of breathing in appears, then just relax your pelvic floor, open the mouth, or open the nose, and then breathe in. And after that breath in, just exhale again. Allow yourself to breathe in a temp that you're used to. And just slowly prepare yourself for the second round. Once you're ready, just lay your right palm on your solar plexus, the left palm on your sternum, and we're going to begin. Inhale into the tummy, chest. Exhale with a sigh. Breathe in with the nose or mouth. And slide your hands down and inhale through your nose or mouth, contracting the pelvic floor. Exhale with a sigh. Inhale through the nose or mouth, contracting the pelvic floor, sucking the belly in, like feeling the lean, strong muscles, bringing the bottom ribs in and kind of sending the pressure higher towards your skull, and exhale with a sigh. And one more, inhale. Pelvic floor, navel in. Feel like you're moving this energy underneath your ribs, into your heart, into your skull, and then relax. Third round with Kapalabhatis begins now. In a comfortable rhythm, and try to speed up just a little bit. So 5 more seconds. 2, 1, the final exhale. Now relax, embrace the inhalation. Feel like your ribs are elevated, your full capacity is on, and then swallow in motion in your throat. Slightly contract the pelvic floor, not too much, so just like to be aware, to acknowledge what's happening, and hold. Now you can kind of improve this pressure in the pelvic floor. You try to give more pressure, this elevating sensation from the pelvic floor into your chest. Then relax the pelvic floor, open the throat and exhale with a sigh. And exhale as long as comfortable till you release the air, then swallow in motion, contract the pelvic floor. Stay here in this pose as long as you're relaxed. Don't let yourself get into the anxious mode. So a bit before that happens. So you're here not to prove anything, you're here to actually acknowledge your comfort zone. And once you feel you need the inhale, relax the pelvic floor, open the throat, and inhale. Just kind of embrace the inhalation, let it happen. And exhale with this contrast of holding the breath and breathing the first inhale. We actually become much more aware of our capacity of the breath, the depth of the breath. So now once you are ready, please place one palm on your solar plexus, the other palm on your sternum, and the final third round. Inhale through your mouth, like this. Divide it into inhale into your belly, into your heart. Exhale with a sigh through the mouth. And one more inhale, solar plexus, heart. Slide the hands down, contracting the pelvic floor, breathe in. And exhale with a sigh. Breathe in, contracting the pelvic floor. One more. And the third part, Kapalabhati, in your fastest tempo, but still comfortable. 5, 3, 1. Final exhalation, and now inhale to hold your breath. Swallow motion in your throat, slight contraction in your pelvic floor. Now just play with this leverage. You can stimulate a bit more pelvic floor contraction and give yourself more feeling of stimulation into this chest cavity, in the chest space, feeling the rise of energy. You can kind of relax a little bit your throat and let this pressure go a bit towards the skull. And slowly relax the pelvic floor and exhale with a sigh. Hold your breath. Let the exhalation be so slow and comfortable too, so you feel like you're relaxing into this breath hold. And be here just as long as it feels good to you. Feels like being home, not exaggerating anything. At the same time, you can focus in the middle of your forehead. And once you feel the necessity of inhalation, relax and breathe in softly through your nose. Breathe out. Spend here just a couple seconds just acknowledging your presence in the space, in your body space and the space around you, just sensing it. Maybe recognizing the energy around you, just the way it is. Because we live a lot in our prejudice and we expect things to be somehow. So right now you're really filled with no expectation, just feel what it's emanating with, what it's full of. All of a sudden you may discover that the world is pretty friendly. In the present moment there is not really much to worry about. Any distractions, any noises that may be present, they don't carry any danger. They're just there. They have right to be there. They have right not to react or choose how to react. And with a coming 2 or 3 breaths, just it's a suggestion, something like a mantra. So when you inhale, let yourself try to think that you're inhaling this world energy. And if the world is not scary, if it's friendly, friendly to you, so just inhale this friendliness, or inhale its neutrality.
What is this?
Just from what you read, you feel from the field, not from what you think about it. Just let the world nurture you right now with your inhalation. And when you exhale, let the world breathe you in. So right now, kind of send your message. You have a right to choose what exactly you want the world to inhale from you, so to say. Either send your intention, what do you want to nurture the world around you with, or let it take something from you. So, to finalize one more time, inhale the world, let it nurture you. Maybe pronounce internally, the world is always taking care of me. I feel how the world is sending its best to me. The world is providing its best to me. Just kind of taste it, of what appeals to you more, and then exhaling, let the world kind of taste you, inhale you. Be sure that it hears your message. And slowly, once you feel ready, open your eyes. And we're gonna use one of two options. Either you're going to stretch your right leg and just lay the left heel on the top of the right knee, a bit above it. Or you're going to also bend the right knee like this, and not like in Savasana or unlike the half lotus, your knees and heels going to be further away from you. Like it's weird. No, too much. Like this. So you can actually even lay your palms and sit a little away from your shins. But sweetie, mommy has yoga class. Sweetie, you belong to that room right now, okay? Please stop distracting us and let me finish. Okay, so either this option or this. The next idea would be with the inhalation, not really to fold anywhere deep, but sense your sitting bones and swing it away from the sitting bones. Catch this cow-like spinal stretch, so you can use your hands on the floor or keep them on the knee. Doesn't matter if you chose this or this, so inhaling. Feel this swinging, lengthening on the level that you can fold as deep or high as you want. With the exhalation, we're turning to the right. We are, Winnie baby, I need to show this. I need to be here. Yes. With the exhale, you're stepping the top, the left foot on the ground, landing on the right leg, and you're going to be really pleasantly stretching in your left side of the body, pushing against and like really trying to spread this area between your spines, the ribs on the left side, but at the same time, try not to be wiggly here, so like, feel that your pelvis, your hips are rotated, your chest, your head are more or less on the same surface. So while bending here, try to reach out and decompress the spine. Now let's give thumbs up to each other that we understand the idea of this. Okay, and so we're going to repeat this, not more or less, but 9 times, okay? So after exhalation, return to either, now I'm going to show this with a straight leg, so inhaling, like wave the spine forwards, and then with the exhale, this kind of plank position, again, inhaling, returning, like fold, something in between folding and making a cow pose, so shoulder external rotation, lean against your sitting bones, and with exhalation, and 6 more, inhale, so however, with what initial sit you chose, inhale, exhale, and just 5 more, inhale, lengthening forwards, exhale, and 3 more, inhale, 4, exhale, and 3 more, inhale, exhale, 2, inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Now with the final rep, with the inhalation, stay in this folded like position for another 2 or 3 breaths. So set your palms, doesn't matter if your right leg is straight or bent, set your hands on the floor in front of you, and with these inhalations, beginning with a shoulder rotation, a lot like in an upper facing dog, so like really feel how you want to position your head. Now relax your legs in this position, and while you pulled your bottom ribs a little forwards, with exhalation, just let them go lower. You don't have to lay them on the shin. Just using your hands as support, just let your spinal cord like hang here and just naturally relax and go down. And then one more breath in. Here you're trying to roll the shoulders and through this natural cow-like open and arch in your spine. Also never through breakage anywhere in between your spines, but always through your shoulder rotation. And then with exhalation, just lower the ribs, the bottom ribs where they got to be, and let your sternum, your face go a little lower. Now with the inhalation, we're going to sit up straight again. Setting the right palm behind the hip, and with the exhale, we are reaching again into this rounded side plank. Now we're going to all straighten the right leg. I'm going to go a little higher here. We're setting it on the small pinky toe edge, and then we are laying with the exhalation, tightening the kneecaps, glutes, and rolling the hips. We're setting that left leg on the big toe edge. Now inhale and you turn and looking through your left, stretching the left leg, left arm, and then with the exhalation bend the right knee, and now crunch left elbow toward the right knee. Just 5 reps. Inhale, turn to the left, look against your right palm, exhale, really crunch, twist the hips, roll the ribs in. 3 more. Inhale, we can do this. Exhale, crunch, and 2 more. Inhale, look away, exhale, crunch, left elbow, right knee. Inhale, look to the left, exhale, crunch, the last one. Inhale, look away, exhale, crunch. And with this crunch, lay your left hand on the ground, stretch your legs, be in the plank with the breathing in. With exhalation, lay your hips and toes on the ground, let your spine stretch, and inhale in. Upper facing dog, rotate your shoulders externally, look up, tighten the glutes, take care of your low back stabilized. And with the exhalation, tuck the chin on the chest. Shift to the down facing dog. Spread your feet. Shh, buddy, sweetie. Lower your waist. Spread your feet a little wider. Now play with a balance. Equalize between arms and feet. Look to the right, look to the left. Maybe you'll actually feel surprised or pleasantly surprised how your down facing dog is so comfortable, and I feel like your legs are much more flexible than, for example, when you started with a down facing dog. Just acknowledge all those little details if they're happening. We're going to stay here for 5 more breaths. So this is a, I would say, finalizing shape that is just arranging our energy right now for blood circulation, sensation of flexibility. Honey, sweetie, look, mommy having a class. You should be sleeping in that room, okay? Now, thank you. Okay. 2 more, and just keep trusting yourself right now. Do, if you feel intuitively, any movement, any adjustment that will let you last comfortably here. Just kind of celebrate the flexibility in your joints, and the feeling of soft, warmed up tissue, the decompression in your neck, anywhere in your spine. Now slowly kneel again. Through crossed chins with the exhalations. Exhalation, let's sit down. Into a short moment of observation. If you feel like you'd rather lay down, then just go ahead and lay. But unlike the full shavasana, if you decide to lay, just keep your knees bent instead of stretching them completely. And whatever you chose, laying or sitting down, just close your eyes, relax the facial muscles. Just observe. Observe through sensation. Sensing. Or you can say reading the space around you. Acknowledging it. Not through thinking, but just through your presence. chest, the limit of this room, the size of the house, the size of the street. How infinite are you right now? Just noticing the beauty of your own focus. As your energy grows, where it flows and where it goes, to where you choose to be. And slowly, with a common inhalation, open your eyes. Be a good moment to drink some water if you have it. I'm sure you have it. Of course you have it. No, sweetheart, it's late. Mommy has a yoga class. Look, you can sit next to me here and do some yoga with us, okay? Here. Right now we're gonna stretch the left leg if you chose to work with a straight leg, right, and lay the right heel on the top of the left knee. Or you can bend both, but in this case, your right heel lays on the top of the left shin, and then you're sitting a bit away from both of your legs. So it's not the Turkish sit or siddhasana, it's when your shins are really, really far away from you, so more like, I would say, trapezius, the shape of your legs would be. And here we are exhaling, relaxing, acknowledging the feeling in your sitting bones, and with inhalation together with external shoulder rotation, pushing against the sitting bones, just kind of lengthen, like you would kiss somebody in front of you with a comfortable head position, so not too high, but just pleasurably feel your spinal cord. Then with the exhale, turn to the left, push against your left knee, right foot, and then roll in the hips and ribs in, just stretch the right side of the body. Try to reach as low to the ground as high you elevate your chest here. Inhaling, return, so try to really play with the momentum, with this twisting that happens naturally. Exhale to the arch. 7 more. Squeeze you. Inhale forwards. Exhale to this arch. Inhale forwards. Exhale to the arch. Inhale forwards. Exhale to the arch. Inhale forwards. If you're thinking what we're doing, you probably feel it, but you're still thinking. It's a lot about the relation between hips and shoulders and obliques. So we're like kind of activating some tissue, pretty a lot like with a Thai massage. So you can feel like something is twisting you in and out. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, forward fold, exhale, arch, and the final inhale. Now stay here a bit longer. Now you're going to stand your hands in front of you. With every inhale, rotating shoulders externally, pleasantly lengthening into the space. With exhalation, wherever you feel your bottom, just like let them go a bit deeper. And relax, lower your chest and head, but you don't have to reach the ground. So that's the idea. Every inhale, opportunity to rotate the shoulders and just feel how you lengthen, pull out your spine from the pelvis. And with exhalation, roll lowering the ribs. And 1 more. Inhale, rotating the shoulders. Lengthening with exhalation, lowering. Now with the inhale, let's sit down. And exhaling, we're going to return to this arch. Now stretch, straddling your left legs here in the side plank. Step your right leg forwards, leaning on the big toe edge. Now inhale, really look away from the left palm, push away. Reach up and a little bit to your right, and then with exhalation, crunch. Left knee, right elbow. Inhale, look away, exhale, crunch. Grill the abs. Inhale, look away, exhale, crunch. 2 more. Inhale, look away. Long neck, beautiful side plank. Don't give up, don't shrink in it. Exhale, crunch. With a crunch, lay your right hand down. Be in the plank with inhalation. With the exhalation, lower your hips. Contract the glutes, lay your feet flat. Inhaling upper facing dog. Rolling shoulders away. Lengthen pleasantly. Exhale, tuck the chin on the chest. Now 9 breaths to be in down facing dog. If it's going to be too much, at a certain point you can kneel and use this easier version. Here we really want to arrange nice
Mommy.
spinal liquid flow from your tailbone kind of into your skull. So we are here in the first place to start out in this pyramid. So the fundament, palms and feet. I bet you already feel really grounded. You feel your feet, your heels are the lowest they ever been, your feet the steadiest they ever been. Now play in between this responsibility between your hands and feet. I want you to really be steady, not to feel like you stand too much on your hands. So divide that pressure nicely, and then for every inhalation you are the monstrous. You can lift your sit bones a little higher up and then feel the decompression in between your each spine. So really dedicate the thinking of this, the feeling on the low back level of the spine, in the lumbar, in the chest, in the neck. So at the same time as you elevate your sit bones, let your head go lower down, so feel evenly like somebody pulls your spine to different opposite directions. Complete decompression, complete lubrication, and 3 more breaths. Just keep existing, keep being here, or switch to the easier version for 2 breaths. Okay, now slowly kneel if you have still been in down facing dog. Lay your forehead, staying in the child pose. A couple more breaths. Still acknowledging pretty much the same. Just this decompression in your spine, just this open highway. Like energy or blood circulation or fluid circulation just happens. Super easy. Nothing limits it. If you feel like you want to adjust the child pose right now, like maybe stretching hands to the sides and leaning on the temple or the chest, you can do that. Now very slowly, until you're ready, just lay on your belly, stretching hands to the right and left side. Let's begin with leaning on the right cheek. So look into your left, stretching your arms in the cross-like shape. And with the coming exhalation, just feel your presence, feel the pressure in the ribs and the hips, feel that square, the flatness. And then with the inhale, slowly step your left leg to the right, kind of behind yourself, and stretch, pull that right arm away. If you want more intensity, you can bend the right elbow. And just remember, of course you remember that before you are turning in your hips, that's not the goal, but the real goal is to turn in your chest. So don't hurry to lay that low back on the ground. You can also bend the left leg and support yourself with a steady left foot. Here, to feel that rotation in your chest, you can either lift your left arm stretched or place the left palm behind the head and you use it as a leverage, or you can just lay the palm on the hip.
What is it?
And keep turning the upper part of your spine.
This one.
Just 1 more breath. And slowly with inhalation, return to the center.
What is this?
And turn
What is
your right
this?
arm towards yourself, like you want to see
What
that
is
middle of the
this,
right palm.
Mommy?
And more or less on the nipple level, placing your elbow here. Pull the right hand to the left and then lay on the top of it. So you don't want to have this arm somewhere beneath your neck or chin. You really want to have it even slightly bent, but here underneath your rib cage. So then staying square to the floor without turning right or left. Just try to kind of compress with the body weight and feel this pulling momentum in your right shoulder. Please give me the thumb up that you feel that stretch, that it's happening. Okay, just feel free. I see that, thank you. Of course, any adjustment can be done. Just remember, you're always welcome to turn on the mic and just comment or ask. And you're leaning right now either on your nose tip or the forehead, or you can look right or left, what's more comfy. Left hand is optional. Stretch it forwards, or just also use the left fist and the forehead to support yourself. And the goal right now is to decompress the neck, so let the head be kind of pulled forwards and completely spread the space between your scapulas. Okay, one more breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Sigh. And with the common inhale, slowly elevate yourself. Bring that right arm in, and we're almost done. The final thing here would be with the exhalation. So right now you're kind of in the swing pose. With the exhale, having your chin on the neutral level, look through your right shoulder, then contracting both glutes. Bend the right knee and bring that right foot closer to yourself, just with the power of the right glute here. So without even bringing the hand yet. And then with the inhale, you're reaching with your right palm and try to lay the center of your palm exactly on the pointed toes from the top. Okay, so we're not holding from inside or outside anymore, but from the top. And then returning first in the square position, shoulders parallel to the floor. Keeping your glutes active then. When you begin exhaling slowly, think more like relaxing the shoulder instead of making any effort with your hands. So just relaxing the palm on the top of the foot. Just allow this mechanism to bring the right foot closer to the glute. And if you feel pretty free in your right shoulder, then this position of right palm can easily be changed. Just rotate it, right hand outside like this, and then if that's possible, because that will generate the work here mostly to your elbow, to your shoulder, and if that's possible, you're pointing your fingers underneath your right armpit. Sweetie, just stop crawling on mommy, okay? And while we're stretching here, we're staying, remain grounded and square on the floor. So both shoulders are in the same level. Okay, let's do one more breath. So aside from you stretching your right quad, you may feel a lot of reflection of this stretch in your sacrum and your low back. All will depend on how you manipulate your glutes. When you contract them, you feel more of the stretch in your right quad, of course, and then when you relax it, you are sending more of the stretch and this therapeutic release and filling into your low back, into your sacrum specifically. Now with the coming inhale, let the right foot go, please, and just lay for a bit. Maybe placing palms underneath the forehead, or already laying the left cheek on the ground and just stretching arms to the side. The session is about to be finalized. So just feel yourself, keep feeling yourself present. Keep letting yourself sense the moment. This pressure you create on the ground. Feel that it's in your power to equalize it, to melt any anxiety, any stress in your body right now, any desire to shrink or squeeze. So with a coming exhale, with a sigh, completely let any of these ideas go. And then with a coming inhale, with the right leg slowly start turning to your right leg steps to the left behind you. And as usual, you're rotating in your chest, not as much as in your lower back. You can stretch your right arm and then let it fall to the back, opening the front of your chest, the clavicle bone line. You can bend this hand. Of course, I suppose, I believe there is no need to say how or what you do to your left arm. You know that you're lengthening it, you're pulling it out from the joint and laying it flat. So you feel the full open, the full activation from the fingertips to this internal inner layer tissue, part of the tissue through armpit, through elbow. So there's no, unnecessary twists. It's an open highway to do this. And 2 more breaths. Just keep embracing what's happening in your body. All the snobs decompressing. Places where fascia, the collagen network, mat in your body attached to the bone. You can feel it in your shoulder, you can feel it more in your elbow, you can feel it more in your wrist, it depends. There was more compression. Let's exhale. And final time, and then with the inhalation, return, leaning on your right forearm. With the exhale, turn your left arm palm towards yourself on the nipple level. Stretch, spread the left arm to the right, and then give some pressure. Try to lay in a flat position, so without falling too much to the left. Just lay your nose, lay your lips, lay your forehead. You can use the right palm. This is supposed to be pulling your left arm. Sweetie, I was not planning to read this part, okay? Can you please put it where it was? There. Yes, no? We're almost done. Just 4 more breaths. Sure. 2 more.
No.
Let's do 1 more. Breathing in right now. Breathe into your chest cavity. You can acknowledge the movement in your ribs in the back, in the sides. Even feel your sternum right now. What's happening there? Breathing in, breathing out. And then slowly releasing this position. With the exhalation, entering the Sphinx pose. Then with the inhale, with the neutral chin level, lift your left shoulder, contract the glutes, bring the left foot in, grab it with the right palm, and then return to the square position. Keeping activating the glutes. Start relaxing your left shoulder and then using the pressure, the weight of the hand, just kind of bring the foot closer to the glute. This will also feel like stretching the left side of the neck. A lot of here in the shoulder and of course in the quad. The more you will activate the glutes, try to press the hips to the floor, the more pleasure it would give you with a quad stretch. If you release the contraction of the glutes a lot, you can actually feel a lot of stimulation in the low back and the sacrum. So choose, it's very individual. For some of us, most of the work you'd feel in your shoulder and won't even feel any of what I mentioned anywhere else, or maybe it's something opposite. So maybe it's most in your quad and nothing in your shoulder. Maybe it's all in your low back. Just keep exploring. Let's do 2 more breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, and with every exhale, just try to become more comfy in this position. So remember, you're not here to struggle, you're here just to feel like you're home within your own body. And then slowly with the inhale, let the foot go and turn on your back into the sweet, sweet Shavasana. You did it. You enjoyed it. And you're about to enjoy it even more. So just close your eyes and let yourself remain present. All the work that be happening right now, just in this state of observation. Basically, remain in this presence. I thank you dearly for being a part of this class. I will text you tomorrow. Enjoy your Shavasana. Namaste.